Hello friends, myself Mrs. Pratibha Sonone, faculty from Shri Jain Vidya Prasarak Mandals, Rasiklal M. Dhariwal College of Pharmacy, Chinchwad, Pune. Today we are going to discuss about drug distribution systems in hospitals for inpatient. In last video we have discussed about the inpatient drug distribution systems. After watching this video you will be able to define inpatient drug distribution system for the inpatient, location and layout of IPD, that is inpatient department, personnel requirement for inpatient services, methods of drug distribution for inpatient services, and one of the method which is called as individual prescription order system. First we will discuss what do you mean by inpatient. An inpatient is one who confined to a bed or who is occupying bed in the hospital. Inpatients are those who get hospitalized for the purpose of treatment, cure of disease, surgery or rehabilitation. The main objectives of the drug distribution systems for the inpatient are to provide drug for all inpatients of the hospitals for 24 hours. Secondly, to inspect and control the drug distribution in all the treatment areas. Location, layout and planning for the inpatient department. The unit should be located at such a place in the hospital which is readily accessible to all the departments and free from the disturbances. The various sections of the inpatient pharmacy should be continuous. The unit should be well equipped. Operation of satellite pharmacies should be supervised by a qualified pharmacist. The physical plan of this department should be well planned by considering the future growth of the hospital and to avoid further modifications. The facilities and equipments used to store the drugs should be designed in such a way that it facilitates the routine inspection of the drugs before its administration, and these are readily available to the physicians and pharmacists. So, the location layout of the inpatient drug distribution system should be well equipped, free from disturbances, and whatever working is going on in the department should be supervised by the qualified pharmacist only. And the design should be in such a way that it helps the inspection of the drug before administration and readily should be available to the physicians and the pharmacist. Personnel requirement for inpatient services. There is no standard rule for the requirement of the personnel. It depends on the nature and quantum of services to be provided by the hospital. Here you can see in the table the hospital bed strength is given, and according to the bed strength the number of pharmacists are required. If the hospital contains up to 50 beds, number of pharmacists should be 3. If bed is 100, then 5 pharmacists will be required. If hospital is having 200 beds, 8 pharmacists are required. For 300 beds, 10 pharmacists are required, and for 500 beds, 15 pharmacists are required. All these pharmacists should possess an adequate qualification in the pharmacy experience. If the pharmacy is also involved in the manufacturing of the drugs, then an adequate number of personnel need to be employed as pharmacy technicians, assistants, order lines, etc. If manufacturing is available, that time obviously the employees should be required more. So depending on the services or spectrum of services provided by the hospitals, the pharmacies should be calculated and they are adapted for the pharmacy department. Now we'll discuss drug distribution system or dispensing to the inpatients. There are 4 systems in general use for dispensing of the drugs for the inpatients. First one is the individual prescription order system. Second, complete flow stock system. Complete flow stock system is divided into two categories: charge flow stock system and second, non-charge flow stock system or non-charge flow stock drugs. These drugs, they are divided into two methods or dispensed by two methods. First one is drug basket method and second is mobile dispensing unit. Third method is combination of individual prescription order system and complete flow stock system. And fourth method is unit dose dispensing. Unit dose dispensing is divided into again two categories: centralized unit dose dispensing and decentralized unit dose dispensing. In today's video, we are going to discuss only about the individual prescription order system, and in next videos we will discuss the other methods like complete flow stock system, combination of both, and unit dose dispensing individually. First we will discuss individual prescription order system. This system is mostly adopted in very small hospitals having a bed size of 2 to 5 and private clinics. The medicine is dispensed either by the pharmacist or under his direction. The dispensed medicine is labeled with individual patient's name with the related instruction after receiving the prescription sheets from the pharmacy department. So this system is generally used by the small hospitals or private hospitals because of the reduced manpower requirement and the desirability for the individualized service. In this system, we can provide the service to the individual patient specially, and the manpower requirement will also get reduced. Advantages of individual prescription order system. All prescription orders are directly reviewed by the pharmacist, as there is the patient directly goes to the pharmacy department for the individual prescription order system. So the prescription is reviewed by the pharmacist. Second, provides for the interaction of pharmacist, doctor, nurse and the patients. Then it provides closer control of inventory. And lastly, medication error can be spotted. In this method, the main advantage is that it provides the interaction between pharmacist, doctor, nurse and the patient. As the doctor prescribed the prescription, it is forwarded to the nurse and nurse then forward it to the patient. The patient, when it goes to the pharmacist, if there is any problem with the prescription, then pharmacist can interact with the patient and doctor and nurses also. Then it also provides the closer control of inventory, because there is the inventory used for the individual prescription order system will be obviously decreased one, manpower will be decreased, so inventory will also required will be decreased. Plus we can control it very properly. Medication error can be spotted. If there is any medication error to the patient in the prescription, that time pharmacist can inform it to the doctors and to the nurses. Disadvantages of the individual prescription order system. Possibility in delay in obtaining medication. If number of patients are present in the inpatient pharmacy department, that time if the manufacturing is involved in the pharmacy department, it will take a time to the compounding and preparation, labeling and dispensing medicines to the patient. So in such case, there may be chances of delay in obtaining the medications for the patients. Secondly, increase the cost of medication to the patient. And third, cannot be practiced in big hospitals. In this case, the individual prescription order system, as the patient, it involves the physician, nurses, pharmacist and patient directly with each other, that time it increases the cost of medication. And thirdly, it cannot be practiced in big hospitals. Obviously, in bigger hospitals, number of beds is more, number of patients will be more, and it will, if the manufacturing is involved in the pharmacy department, it will take more time for the obtaining the medication to the patient. So, this individual prescription order system is not used nowadays in the bigger hospitals. I hope all of you have understood what do you mean by inpatient services, what are the methods of these inpatient services and individual prescription order system. In next video, we will discuss about complete flow stock system and other methods for the inpatient.